Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So this latest kick that I'm on is called Book 'em Danno, and it is all about songs that were inspired by book titles, and maybe a little bit within the plot of the song, plot of the story, all of that. But they at the very least share a name with a book title. So in my very first blog for MSA, which seems like ages ago, but I talked about a Bee Gees song called For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is probably my favorite Bee Gees song that they ever released. This is one of two of their songs that shares a name with a Hemingway novel. And it got me thinking, what other songs out there are there that share a title with a book? In compiling this blog, I had two rules. Rule number one, the book cannot be a biography or an autobiography about the singer or band member, because typically what they end up doing is naming it after one of their hit songs. Rule number two, the song does not necessarily have to have the exact similarities with the book. It could just be, hey, they share a title. As I talked about in a previous blog, you can write a song about an existing literary character. Here, there are thematic similarities, or there might not be, but not necessarily a perfect match with the book's characters and events. Though one does wonder, of course, if War and Peace would have been as successful had it been published under its original name, War, What Is It Good For? So I mentioned earlier the Bee Gees song "For Whom the Bell Tolls," and that being one of two songs that they have that shares a title with a Hemingway novel. The other one is the first one I'm going to talk about, and that is "Islands in the Stream" by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. Now you may be asking yourself, well, wait, why is he saying that's a Bee Gees song? Well, it was written by Barry Robin and Maurice Gibb, and then eventually cut by Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. So we obviously know it in its current adult contemporary form, or to quote the great Jerry Seinfeld, adult contempo. It was originally written in an R&B style for Marvin Gaye or Diana Ross. The Bee Gees worked as producers through the 80s, which was Barry's intuition to continue in the industry after the backlash from Saturday Night Fever. The result here with Kenny Rogers was writing and producing the entire Parent album, which was called Eyes That See in the Dark. Lyrically, Islands in the Stream is a ballad that talks about a couple being on an island, being on an island, separated from anyone else that might get in the way of their love. Just like in our earlier blog discussion on metaphors, Islands does not get bogged down by the location, although there are a few lines that discuss it, such as "Sail away with me to another world." And there's also an interesting twist to the metaphor in the second verse, with the lyric, "Everything means nothing when you've got no one." When I think of being on an island, I think of being alone, and while the chorus ends with, "and we rely on each other," this provides another contrast since the title is plural, islands in the stream, not island in the stream. And yet somehow those two islands become one and don't let anything come between them. The song, as of 2024, when I am putting out this vlog, is 41 years old. But as of press time in 2024, this is not the year for the real thing for Minnesota Mike. Just as a little bit of a note, the plot to Hemingway's novel of the same name is linked below in case you want to do some comparing and contrasting, so you can see that. And then also embedded below is both the Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers version, as well as the Bee Gees version that they did live, I believe back in 1997. So you can check that out, like I said, below, after we talk about the melodic section and the structural section. So melodically, the song is written in the key of C major, but when Dolly Parton comes in, the song switches to G sharp major. Chord-wise on guitar, the song uses C, F, and C, played twice as an intro, and then it's going to switch to C, C, F, C, F, C, a pattern that gets played twice in the first verse. The pre-chorus uses F major 7, F minor, and C, while the chorus uses C, F major, D minor, C, F, D minor, and C. The second verse with the aforementioned key change uses A flat and D flat, which gets repeated 3 times before ending on G sharp. Verse 2 also stays on the G sharp for 2 bars at the beginning, and in addition to that key change for the second verse, the second pre-chorus shifts to C sharp major 7 and C sharp minor, as well as G sharp, with the G sharp getting played for 2 bars at the end. The bridge then uses C sharp and E, as well as G sharp, and that gets played twice. Structurally, the song uses a verse pre-chorus, chorus, verse pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus format. This song is an example song rather than a story song, and therefore a detailed bridge isn't completely necessary for us to sail away to another place the song is trying to go to, hence its simplicity and a double chorus at the end. No new information is needed after that second verse. However, the key change in the second verse gives us something different to listen to, and that key remains for the rest of the song. If you listen to the Bee Gees version of the song, it's written in C without the key change. The thing that makes our ears perk up is the difference between Barry and Robin's voices from the first verse to the second verse. You don't need a fine-tooth comb to locate Islands in the Stream. I've embedded a link to it below, as well as the plot, like I said, to the Hemingway novel of the same name. You can do that, and actually the links are in the blog, and so if you go check out Islands in the Stream, like I said, the blog on the Memphis Songwriters Association website, you can find both there. So next, we are going to also this week talk about Brave New World by Styx, and I will explain that in my next video. I am Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get something out of this in terms of your writing. Maybe turn your favorite novel into a song of your own, whether it's related to the plot or not. But happy writing, happy listening as always. Be sure to check out all my other vlogs on YouTube as well. Thank you so much.